Hey everybody, welcome to episode 11 commentary. This episode is called Buried History Part 2, and I'm joined by 2/3 of the guys. I'm gonna cut that out.
Do you edit these?
So yeah, I'm here joined by Chris and Tony. Hey guys.
Yo.
Hello.
Eric's not here, unfortunately.
He hates us.
He's too cool to do commentary. No, I'm sure he has a good reason to not be here. But that's fine. We're going to get right into this. We'll do the countdown, and then we'll jump into it. So everybody get ready. Here we go. 3, 2, 1, play. All right, and off we go.
Do I have to hit play?
Yes, everybody please hit play. If you missed it, then rewind and try again. You find this starship that you've been hearing so much about.
I do not know what you think you're doing, but lesser races should not...
The recap is always fun. We've never actually talked about the recaps. I guess there's not really much to say. It's a recap of the...
Well, I mean, we kind of talked about it the last episode.
Did we?
Did we?
Oh,
Well,
yeah.
Talk about the episodes that the recap's going over.
The recaps did take us a little bit to, figure out. At one point, our recap was, 3 minutes long. And it was like, this is too much. This is, way too long.
Well, that was when I did them.
I mean, that was, the first couple that we did where, they just came out super long. We're like, we probably can narrow these down to the real important bits. And even at this point, most of the time they end up being too long, and I have to really trim them down. As Mishka opens the door, what do you do?
I quickly translate and
This is a very funky battle theme.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I liked how chunky and industrial it sounded for this robot. That's why I chose it. He's pointing a gun at you, so.
yeah, I'm definitely gonna do that.
Look at that Pike just chilling there.
And to hit.
That blow glances off of the metal shell.
Is that
as you are sort of baffled.
Oh, is that on a mount or something there, or is there a shrine for the Pike that's supposed to be there?
The trident?
The trident, yes.
No, the trident is just standing on its haft. It's just standing upright in the corner of the room. Yep, that connects as you find an exposed area.
Yeah, because I didn't know if it was supposed to be a trophy or something.
Sparks fly, but it's still
So one thing I've been curious about that I never asked about is the trident
just slam itself
is seemingly perfect for Uko. Is that one of those things that existed naturally in the adventure that was for him, or was it something that you kind of put in for the a nice little Uko prize?
Nope, that was in the adventure. It's written in the adventure. You find it in this room. And when I saw it there, I was like, oh, hell yes. I was really excited.
I love it when it works out like that in adventures, being wow, I couldn't have planned it better myself if I had tried.
Right, yeah, exactly. I was like,
Was the metal dirge, was that part of it as well, or did you add that?
So the ominous weapon fusion, part of the description of it says that it emits an ominous dirge during battle, but it doesn't say what kind of music. So I just went with metal because I thought that was cool.
Well, I mean, Eric's not here to say it, but when he picks it up, y'all will see that he loves it. So
Yeah, he loves that thing. It's great. The first one whiffs as I actually accidentally, when I was editing this episode, I accidentally posted a picture of the trident in the main channel of our Discord, and it took Eric saying, "Hey Nick, I don't know if you meant to post that in mess hall, but it's in the mess hall channel." And I was like, "Oh shit." So yeah, that's a reason to join Discord if you haven't. You can see our
You can
mistell
see if we
posts.
accidentally fuck up and post art in the wrong channel.
Just find a good soft spot, maybe in the neck, just bury it.
I'm always afraid of that whenever I post art for the show that I've done.
At this point, I'm always like triple checking the channel that I'm in before I hit enter.
Yeah, same.
More sparks fly out.
Like there's been times where it's like okay, I'm gonna put it, make sure I'm putting this in the art channel, and I drop it in there, and then like I'm typing the the title of the art piece, and then like, wait, what channel am I in?
Yep.
Let's double check. All right, good. It's still the same channel. It didn't magically change somehow.
Yeah.
Enter.
If you are on the Discord and you're wondering where this art channel is, we have our own private channels that we use for behind-the-scenes production stuff.
Yep.
That we keep secret from everybody.
Yeah.
Thank you. And I'm going
That's how I send Nick all the pretty drawings.
And all of the nude versions as well.
You can see big dragon dicks.
Armor, but the 16 just barely manages to find a soft spot for a total of 5 damage.
Ding.
And now you see that the robot is
It was annoying trying to find like treadmill sound effects for this stupid robot.
yeah.
Gonna try and trick
Like there wasn't a lot.
It's funny, like there's always I feel like in every episode, at this point you've done more sound effects on the episodes than I have, but I remember when I was doing it, like there's always 1 or 2 sound effects where I would just be like, I cannot find anything for this sound.
Yeah.
And then like I'll just skip it and come back to it later or something, and like the next day or 2 days later I'll search for something else, or I'll like think of another search term that could work, and I'll find something that's like perfect for it.
That's always my problem. It's like, what do I search for?
Yeah.
It's like, I
'Cause-
know this sound effect exists. They use it in TV shows all the time, but what do I search? What do I
Yeah,
type?
because sometimes you have to be like kind of abstract and think outside of the box.
Yeah.
For the sound effects, like you were saying, for that, for the robot, you had to look up like treadmill or conveyor belt or something.
Yeah. Yeah, I was trying
How
to
do I
search.
find sad engine shutting down?
Right.
Yeah. That has been one of them. Yeah, but like it was I tried just like tank treads or something like that before, and it would just find me like found footage sounds
Right,
from
with
like
like a-
World War II or something.
Right, or like, and there's just like a bunch of background noise, and it's
Yeah.
yeah. There's the ominous weapon description. You can see.
And there's Eric's being overjoyed with having a heavy metal trident. Heh, it's a heavy metal trident.
That's
Yeah.
true.
Because
We tried.
it's heavy.
That was also
it's made of
fun.
metal.
I get it. It was fun, or it was silly trying to
Wait,
figure out
hang
how
on,
to.
hang on. I don't get it.
But
I don't get it.
well, because it's big.
Thank you for humoring me, Nick. You may
and
continue,
it's
Tony.
Metal. It was funny trying to figure out the process of how we were gonna do the heavy metal, like backdrop music.
Yeah, that's
During
true.
the
We had to go
scenes.
through a couple variations of it.
Yeah. I tried to do it first so that it only came in like during the swing, so it's like whoosh, and then swing, whoosh, swing, and I was like, that does not sound good.
That'd also probably drive people crazy.
Yeah, like it was funny. It was funny to me like the first time I implemented it, but I was like, oh, people are probably gonna hate this.
Yeah. Yeah, there's definitely, that's also something that happens a lot during editing, you know, the video and the sound effects. There'll be like things where like you do something and it turns out really silly. You're like, should
Yeah.
I leave that in? And it's like, no, it's funny, but it's funny because it sucks.
Well, like a lot of times I'll put in something. I'm like, that sounds okay. It's like if Nick hates it, he'll change it.
That
Like my
damn
squeaky
shoe
shoes.
squeak.
Everyone's wearing basketball shoes, okay? In my mind.
Yep. And all of the floors are lacquered.
Yeah.
I think I actually did leave one shoe squeak in this episode
Maybe.
because it made sense for the situation.
whatever you want to try. We'll back you up for sure.
I used it for like less so as like a in lore thing, and more so just kind of like this is to signify that someone slipped or turned around.
Right.
But Nick didn't like that.
It was just like so jarring. It would just be like this loud squeak all of a sudden. It's like, wait, what was that? I love how like gung ho Uko was to go try out this new trident, and then it just like on the zombie's second turn, it just goes poorly. Like things just take a turn for the worse again.
Doing the sound effects for this was fun. I had fun looking up the zombie effects.
Yeah, there's plenty of those out there.
There's slow zombies. We'll be fine, guys.
And if I couldn't find any, I would have recorded my own.
Right.
Shambling towards you and swings at you with its limp, dead zombie arms. And the weak,
Bop.
bony fists just sort of clatter against
So this is one of the things that I feel like the adventure could have been better about explaining. Like, these zombies are really not explained very well at all. If I remember correctly, they're just like, the Aslanti were doing some weird
Like experiments?
techno science in here with, or like mysticism science in here. And the zombies are here. It's like, oh.
There are zombies.
Yeah. It's like, okay.
The adventure writer just really liked zombies and
Yeah,
just
it's like-
needed to find a way to put them in.
It's just very random. Just a room with a couple zombies that is kind of just like a throwaway room. Like, if you guys don't open that door, you never have to interact with these zombies.
Right.
And
I
like,
think it's just supposed to be just a fun, or I guess, quote unquote, fun obstacle. 'Cause,
Right.
like, they bopped him really good.
they did.
That was exciting.
Like, because all of his stamina.
Remember, you wanted to go into this room.
I did.
And the rest with the trash talk.
Does the second one hit you too? It does
Or
not.
Chris, rather, I guess.
Oh, God.
But like, even if Navessa had succeeded at the mysticism roll to figure out what was going on in that room, it's just like, it's a lab where they did stuff with mysticism and magic, and it was probably bad. Okay.
21 to the trick attack.
21
Guess I just needed to put something in this room for symmetry.
And a critical baby, 26 to hit for a total of 10 damage.
Could have just been an empty room with a
to line up
semi-functioning computer where we could have gotten some information. But
Nope.
catch it.
what do I know?
Its upper chest shoulder area and it gets thrown back
Classic.
a little bit, but
I get a crit and still do less damage than Uko, like on like a minimum damage attack. That's not a crit from him.
you can see
Yep.
zombie figures in the shadows.
Do I have a line of fire for a shot?
Not
It's like I got, a D8 on my trick attack now at this point, I think, right? We're at level 3 at this
Yeah.
point.
No, not
Yeah.
yet. This is
Oh.
right before you guys level up. You level up at the end of this episode.
I'm gonna foomp into the room.
I thought we leveled after this, or before this.
Nope, you level right before the fight with the lieutenant in the
to swing at you again,
Oh, okay.
bridge. Yeah.
Oh.
but it rolls a natural one.
This is another situation where I wish Roll20 had a better representation of everybody's vision, because Navessa, looking into that room, saw nothing but blackness, basically.
Turn around and try to bury my knife.
Yeah.
in the back. 24 trick attack.
But because everybody else has
19
dark vision or low light vision, you just get to see everything.
for 5 total slashing.
You drive your knife into
You could,
snap, you try to go
you could
for
make
its head.
we could get several laptops,
Yeah,
and have each
everyone
one
have their own camera going,
be, yeah,
and then cut between everybody during their turn.
yes.
That sounds like my nightmare.
Hey, you've got this editing thing down by now. Let's make it even harder.
Yeah, I got it to a point where I can do it in a reasonable amount of time. Let's make it so it's unreasonable again.
Let's triple your workload,
Fire trident around.
or quadruple.
Jet towards.
Plus, my hard drive would fill up immediately. If I had 4K 3-hour long videos for each session, that would be insane.
This zombie's brain
I had to buy 7 terabyte or 8 terabyte drive for this, and it's like halfway full already.
Nice.
So now is the battle.
And I was doing editing for something, and then like
It looks like
I think Cyberpunk came out, and I'm like,
if anybody
I need to delete stuff for Cyberpunk, and I'm like, where's all this space coming from?
you might be able
And then I'm like, oh, this
then you
the
looked at
folder
your-
for
your
episode
diverse
12
folder.
is like 60 gigs.
Yep.
I'm like, oh shit.
Where it doesn't smell bad.
Yeah, I'm planning once we get to
it's definitely a laboratory.
probably once we get to the end of this campaign, as long as I still have room, I'm going to leave it all on there, but then I'm going to compress it and back it up onto like 3 different hard drives
Nice.
and then empty that one out again and just use that as my internal like editing drive.
But if it is a
Mm-hmm.
lab and there are undead creatures like this, I'm wondering if they were engineered.
But yeah, between like all of the video and like the uncompressed audio that you guys send, like
Yeah.
you know, the 3-hour WAV file is not small either, even though it's just audio. It's still like multiple gigabytes.
The trident was fairly defensible. We can lock the door.
That sounds like a good idea. You head on out.
And it doesn't
And our
smell
giant
bad.
sound effect library at this point.
Yeah.
As bad.
And the music
And the music.
and images.
That door
Yeah,
to the
it's
lab.
a big project.
He is gonna
Yeah.
take a quick look around the room, maybe at least
Things do get large.
if these were people.
Sounds like people are enjoying it though.
Or what? Anything
They
like that.
better.
These are definitely humans. You can tell just by their anatomy. And judging by the state of
By their
decay,
anatomy.
you can tell that
You can tell they're human by their big swinging dicks.
many years. The fact that they have any flesh left on their bones is kind of surprising.
Got it. So they came with the
Do we
All right.
we don't know how long the ship's been here, huh?
Looting in here?
We
You
just know
guys-
it's pre-grap.
Yeah, you don't have an exact date.
Get out of here.
But
That was
at least
actually
300 years.
Yeah, we'll get into like the potential history you guys could have uncovered on episode 12's commentary,
Behind you, no problem.
because
In here.
yeah, you guys fail some checks to learn some stuff, but we'll talk about that next time.
And
Mhm.
as you close the door, once again, you do see that these doors have locks on them.
Yep. Locks it. Motions to the other door. You guys want to lock that one? We'll take a breather.
Lock it.
Oh, so this was one thing that I had to change also after you did your sound effects pass. You had like all of these doors as like normal wooden doors
All right, so yeah, go ahead.
that like creaked and like shut like a normal
Yeah.
door.
I only got a
And I switched them all out to be. I used like a sound effect from like a van door sliding open
to heal people. That's fine.
to make them more
Put ranks in that.
sci-fi y.
Yeah.
I'm gonna spend another resolve point to get my stamina.
We
I was using the
are
one I
playing
could
a
find.
Sci-fi game.
Yeah, no, I had to find like go and get a separate sound effect for it. It wasn't in the library.
Part workstation.
It was a fun conversation though. It's just like, what kind of doors are these? Do they have locks and stuff like that? Because like we talk about it's like, oh, we're gonna lock these doors, and then like when I'm doing the sound effects, I'm like,
You find
wait a minute,
data pad.
how do we lock these doors?
Yeah, what do these doors look like?
Yeah, it's like what kind of
I'm
sound
wondering
effect
if it'll
should I
like
find?
ever get a point with the RP will like where like Mishka will avoid doing something because Tony doesn't want to set up the sound effects for it.
It's like I don't want to do the sound effects for this. Mishka does nothing.
Mishka just sits down and watches.
Yeah. He just stands absolutely still, doesn't move.
You know, that was actually something that I was thinking about recently. Like, we don't really adjust anything with regard to like
Immediately.
foresight of to like how it's gonna have to be edited or anything like that. Like, we
Yep.
do adjust like the way that we like phrase things, and we, you know, we make a point to call out our roles and all of that sort of stuff.
Right.
But like, as far as like
Like,
avoiding
as far as what our
doing
actions
stuff,
are.
yeah,
Yeah.
like we don't really cut corners or like try to make it easier on ourselves in the future, and it hasn't been a problem so far, and it actually is kind of a fun challenge to be like, how
Yeah.
are we going to do this?
Though there were times when I was editing the episode after this one where, you know, there's like something like Mishka does something. It's like, it's like Mishka does this, and then while I'm doing the sound effects, I'm like, fuck. It's like, why did I decide to make
Mishka
this
do this?
so much more complicated for myself? It's like, oh, I don't want to do all the sound effects for that, but Well, here it goes.
Guess I gotta. Yeah, like, oh, I love this. This was the first time that Uka got to try out his new cleave ability.
Yeah.
After leveling up to 2. Oh, and these voices, when I was doing the editing for these voices, I like pitched down my own voice for one of the voices, and when I came back and was editing and it started playing that, I was like, what the? Who is that guy? It's like tricked myself, so.
Yeah, no, it was good. I remember when when I was doing the sound effects, I was like, oh, these sound like different people. Good job, Nick.
As you swing the door open, they turn and see this huge dragon that they've probably heard about but have not seen.
I like using the like voices sound effects, like the size and stuff.
Yeah, there's
But
like lots of just like vocalizations, not like saying noises, or it's not saying words or anything, just grunts and that sort of stuff.
Yeah, but it's funny because the websites that we use for the free sound effects, because we don't have money to purchase sound packs.
Zapsplat.com. Whoop, whoop.
Yeah. They still only have a small selection, or at least relatively so.
I mean,
so, like,
it's
there's
a gigantic selection, but once you're looking for like very specific things, it becomes yeah.
Well, yeah, that's what I mean. It's like they have a lot, but like there's not all universal, and like some of them sound bad, or there will be some that there's like a shit ton of them that are just the same thing but slightly different. It's like
right.
It's like I don't need 20 versions of this one sound effect.
Yeah, like,
it's like they don't sound that much different.
Footstep on wood 1 through 50.
Yeah.
And it's just a single footstep, not footsteps, a single footstep.
And it's like the same shoe, but it's just the person stepping on the floor slightly differently. It's like I could just speed the same one up or down, or whatever. But like I started to run out of like the different grunts and sighs and stuff for the people at one point. So I was like, I'll just reuse some of these same ones and hope no one notices.
Yeah, I mean, for like the grunts and stuff, I don't think it really matters.
Yeah.
They're like, they're like NPCs in a video game. They all have the same voice actor.
Yeah. It's all Matt Mercer.
Exactly. Matt Mercer, Troy Baker, and
Nolan North or Steve Blum.
Yep.
Same 2 targets, not the new guy. So,
Did you guys watch Star Wars Rebels?
Nope.
No.
It's funny to me because Steve Blum voices one of the main characters in that, but he also voices some of the stormtroopers that they run into.
Oh.
So it's funny. It's funny listening to him essentially like yell at himself.
Right.
It's amusing.
So for this fight, I wanted to make a point. This is the last fight in the episode, so I wanted to make a point of having Uko's metal song be the battle music for this one.
Yeah.
So like it just sort of swells every time it's Uko's turn, but it's actually the same song throughout the entire fight.
I'm gonna do the static arc pistol on the
Achoo.
guy. I roll a 20 for 3 damage.
Yeah, this is a good song. We had like a couple options that we considered right for this theme.
Yeah, and I actually, in later episodes, in episode 12, it's a different song. So I'm probably going to choose
Just like rotate.
a few of them and rotate through them so it's not the same every single time.
Does the Trident have a track list inside of it?
It has a playlist, but it's only on shuffle and you can't fix it.
Currently, the other one just showed up. Oh, okay.
Is the ominous what are they called?
The ominous weapon fusion is just an iPod Nano.
Yeah. I was gonna say it's like with a weapon fusion just like an iPod that's just duct taped to the Trident.
Just a Nano duct tape to the side of the pike or the Trident.
And he also produces his own knife and goes for a few slashes, hitting Uko for another.
I think it'd be funny if one day we run into a shop that has like a bunch of ominous fusions and it's just like different genres.
Yep.
So that way Uko can like switch it up. It's like, I'm feeling reggae today.
What does ominous reggae sound like?
I don't know.
And then second attack, 13 to hit.
That second one just barely misses.
But we'll find it.
Yeah, we'll have to do some
I'll find
searching.
one.
But that first one connects.
Some death reggae.
Yeah, exactly.
Soldier's cheek.
Uko is just going swinging his trident around.
That was a nice
Yeah, like one of the
series
reasons.
of audio events.
Yeah, one of the reasons why I chose this song was because the swell was so great. I was like, yes, that is perfect.
22.
So I'm gonna get him the.
Eric does a good job of having his own onomatopoeia for a lot of sound effects. So it's, or at least doing the like exertion noises that Uko does,
Right.
which makes lining up the sound effects really easy. Because the challenge a lot of times with doing these sound effects is finding a spot for them that's
Right.
not like interrupting people talking.
But it also feels natural.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So-
Like, it can't be
Yeah,
too
makes
early
sense.
and it can't be too late, but it also can't overlap with something important.
Yeah. So you have to find like a lull most of the time, like in the the descriptions of things. That's all right. There's a tiny bit of empty space here. I'll put it in here, and then just lower it down so people can hear it, but it not be intrusive. But when Eric does his noises, those are usually pretty good times. Like, I can put these underneath, when he says it, because they go with the sound.
All right. Well, I'm just gonna full attack this guy.
Okay.
First swing. Oh, that's not hitting no matter what.
But it's kind of funny sometimes because a lot of times we'll describe our actions and then we're saying like, oh, this is what we're gonna do, and then we roll the dice and then see what the result is, and then you go over again like what actually happens and how it results. So a lot of times I'm like, I'm in the dilemma. Like, shit, when should I put the sound effects? Should I put it here, or should I put it when Nick says the thing?
Right. Yeah.
And because like I don't want to have it in there twice, So just like usually just whenever it feels more appropriate is where I put it.
Yeah. I think like there's not really a right answer for it, right? It's like sometimes
exactly.
it feels better when the character's doing it. Sometimes it makes more sense when like the recap is happening. It really is situational.
It changes. Yeah, it absolutely does. Kanife.
Some good damage from Mishka for once.
Yeah, it's like the most damage I've ever done.
Still less than Uko's minimum damage.
I think his minimum damage is like 7 at this point, and then when we level up, it's like at 9
Yeah,
or 11 or something.
I think it might be at 10 right now. I'm not sure.
Something like that. Yeah, because strength builds in Starfinder are ridiculous. Strength melee builds.
Yeah, just have
nuts.
to manage to get up close, which
Yeah.
this early on, not really an issue. I'm curious once you guys get up against like heavier ranged weapons, what that's going to be like.
Maybe Mishka will actually get to use his rifle.
Oh yeah.
So this is like one of the most confusing parts of the map. I think what it's supposed to be doing is like crumpling, and like it's crumpled from like front to back, but it's also I think supposed to be like vertical, like going down, I would imagine. But it's like very confusing.
Like it's like sloping down or something.
Yeah, like sloping downwards from where you guys are, but also crunched. Like I had a very hard time imagining what this room looked like.
Well, it's a good thing we have a map. Hey, Neil Patrick Harris is back.
But that was like one of the reasons why I had that fight happen in the hallway, because those guys actually are like patrolling this room, but I was like, I can't picture what this room looks like at all. So I just moved the fight and had them come check out the door.
Gotcha. Those computer terminals look like, or at least from this view, They look like a fortune-telling table with like a crystal ball.
Yeah. Yeah, like two like Tesla coil type diode things on it or something.
Oh,
It's-
yeah.
Yeah, I have no idea what it's actually supposed to be.
Me neither. You decide in your imagination.
That's right.
Down again after this 10-minute break. I feel like I might just die. So if you guys want, feel free.
Poor Uko.
Hang out, keep watching such.
I feel like he was at 1 HP like the entire of part
Since
1.
Episode 2, yeah.
Sneaky, or do you want me to be a meat shield?
Considering your current state, perhaps if we
Yeah, that's one thing about Starfinder. It's really hard to get your health back if you don't have a healer.
Computer saw us
Yep.
and has most likely announced our presence, but
Oh yeah, they knew we were here. They already knew.
But we can at least try to nullify their advantage by being sneaky. True. So I'm gonna try and stealth up to the door.
It also would have been nice if I remembered I had that ability where I can give my RP points to my allies.
Right.
I totally
wow.
forgot about that ability.
I smell it.
It's fine. Added more drama.
It smells of people in there. Smell of sleeping people.
I think I smell people.
Yeah, I think we had a few people
Smell of people.
ask us like how come you guys only have 3? It looks like you guys are struggling so much. And we're like, yeah, but it makes it so much more dramatic.
Dramatic.
Yeah.
Large room, and this room
Yeah,
contains
I mean, it feels like it is tuned perfectly for this party so far.
Yeah.
personal lockers, each with a small keypad terminal, and there are several doors.
Trying to make an entertaining show here, guys.
That's right.
Look around, you don't see anybody.
If there's
you don't
no
hear anybody.
sense of
You smell
danger,
people, 'cause this is
then,
obviously where people have slept and lived.
it's stupid.
Clear.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, if there was a fourth character in this, like, I feel like the drama would come out, it would have to come out of, like,
Some supplies we can
the RP and, like,
We'll check out
you know, like, the battles themselves would not be super
Around with it, go ahead and make
uh,
an engineering check or
exciting.
strength
I feel like
Yeah.
you guys probably would have wiped the floor if you had, like, a healer
on one.
keeping
Yeah.
Uko up.
20.
Like,
Oh yeah, huh?
it would not, like, every fight would have just been like, oh, more of these dudes? Okay, I guess we'll take care
Like
of them,
Uko just
too.
kills everything, and then I just,
that
you know, we just
wrestling with.
pump
You
HP
find
back into Uko.
Exactly.
worn pictures of 2 humans. Their features have faded beyond recognition.
Basically, what I'm saying is Uko is OP as hell, but that's fine because
Yeah.
the adventure's tuned for 4 people.
Long since rusted. Nevessa, you find a pair of boots made out of synthetic material. The sole of one boot is nearly
Especially if he's getting all the items. Or at least this adventure keeps giving us big melee weapons.
under the impression that whatever is here.
Oh, I mean, that's not true. You guys all got something later on. Spoilers, but
Through this, like I said, if there's anything in here that might still work.
I fear it.
I made a point to make sure everybody got something good.
Just press on for now.
And we can circle back and reclaim anything if we're looking for valuables.
Yeah, you're right.
This scene was fun.
Yeah, I wasn't sure if this was going to make it into the episode.
All right.
Cause yeah, there's
These ones are
like when we were recording this,
trouble.
not only is it like a long stretch of you guys just
Uko,
standing in this room opening boxes, but like there was also a section where Chris left for a period and came back, and like I was just like, I don't know how much of any of this is going to be in the episode. But then afterwards, after I did like the first pass of editing and took out all of like the long stretches of silence and everything, I was like, you know,
that were once
once you condense it all, it is pretty entertaining still.
out of it as you open it.
Damn it.
I only got a 9.
Yes,
It was fun finding all the sound effects for this. I ended up downloading like
I'll move on to another one.
20, 30 more sound effects. And they were all just like different sounds of like metal boxes being opened, lunch boxes, metal containers,
rusted metal
and that kind of shit. Or just like locks being jingled with and stuff like that.
Yeah, it's funny. The adventure doesn't say what's in the boxes. The only thing that it says is that one of them has the amulet of camouflage, this thing right here. And so I just rolled a D12 to figure out which one it was in. And like you guys were about to walk away as you were about to open the one that it was in. And I was like, do another one. Do another one. Just do another one. But everything else I had to make up because it didn't say. It was just like old stuff. Like, okay.
But then, of course, because we found this one, that Eric had to open all of them now.
Yeah.
It was bound to happen.
There's something useful in this one. There might be something useful in all of them.
And I knew that was going to happen, so I put the space spear in the last one because I was like, I know if they find this, they're going to open all of them, and it's going to be like if there's nothing at the end of it, it's going to be really lame. So I'll give them at least something fun, even though it's not actually going to be mechanically useful. At least it's entertaining.
Did you think of what was going to be in the boxes beforehand, or just like on the spot?
No, I wrote everything down. I was like, oh man, I'm going to have to think of 12 different things. All right, I have to write these down beforehand.
Nice.
Pair of old reading glasses. The lenses have grown discolored with time, and one of the arms is completely detached.
You know what?
Why don't you try it on?
No. Just. All right, let's keep moving. How many lockers do you
He
have
should have
left
kept
now?
them.
2, 4.
Oh, damn it. Nope. Change my mind. For another one. No, I can't do this. With this.
I'll just pick one up and shake it.
You pick up the next one. It's more like a muffled rustling than objects shaking around inside of it.
I'll try to open it.
Yeah, there's a part where Nevessa says, "Are you all still doing this?" And that was like because Chris, you had left for like 5 minutes to go like to the bathroom and take care of something, and you came back and they were still opening the boxes. But it was just so good that I left it in, even though like contextually it might be a little confusing. Just imagine like Nevessa like looking down at her pad and just like scrolling through stuff and like trying to learn about, you know, Rune Drive or whatever the hell, and looks up and still sees them prying open these damn boxes.
Pops open,
Checking space Google.
and inside you see a dated
Oh yeah, the part where Uko throws it and it pops open was actually so that was something that Tony, you came up with one of yours, and I actually had to like cut around it and made it
20.
one that Uko was doing just because it made more sense. But yeah, it was really funny.
a dilapidated medical bag with a rusted
That was very good.
sticking out from the top of it and various supplies within that have also degraded to uselessness.
Except for that med patch.
Unfortunately, no.
Dang it.
Yeah, I think all of the failures
You seem to be
to open these boxes is what helped make it way more entertaining.
Well, nope. But whatever's in this
Because I think otherwise, if it was just opening boxes with just
Right.
random bullshit, it wouldn't have been as fun.
struggle and still can't open it.
You know what? Plop that one on the ground.
Or maybe would have. Who
Someone
knows?
do it. I'm now getting angry.
all right, fine. Nat 20, 27.
Vanessa, you walk over to it.
Classic.
Just like flip the latch on it.
If it was combat, the rolls would be reversed, but outside of combat,
Yeah.
Nevessa rolls the nat 20s and Uko fails at everything.
Pack of space beer, labeled in Eslanti.
Guys, that's space beer.
Space Beer
But
is
what was
actually
the
a
brand?
reference to the first campaign that we ever played with Eric's character.
Oh,
yeah.
His dwarf.
His dwarf janitor or whatever,
Is a little bit flat, but
who sounded like
He was a doctor.
oh yes, he sounded like the janitor from Futurama though. He talked like Scruffy from Futurama. That's what it
Yeah.
was.
Let's get going.
I'm gonna.
But yeah, he loved his space beer,
Traffic is going.
so I wanted to bring that back.
there is still a layer
Nice.
of dust
Nice.
on the ground, which allows you to figure out that the most recent
Well, if Uko dies, maybe he'll come back.
east side of the room,
Dr.
you can't tell which
Fillmore
Fillmore
Graves.
sort of
That's
phase
right.
happened.
Yeah, I think he was a mystic.
I'm just gonna try this door with
Yeah,
He
I
was a
think
healer,
so.
I think.
Mhm.
the most one.
Okay.
Gonna percept, see if I can hear on the other side.
I have several potential options if Mishka dies, depending on what we need.
Voices.
I think we're going in the right direction. Gonna stealthishly
But
open the door.
it should be fun. But I'll save
26.
those for
We shall see.
yeah.
Never know.
Never know, baby.
On the other side of that door, on the other side of the room, you can clearly
Surprised Uko has survived this long
Exactly.
with how turbulent each combat has been.
Before we approach these voices, what do you think?
You think that's a good idea?
Yeah, let's do that.
I'll check this other.
So that part, I actually was like, this is the part where you guys get a pop-up that says point of no return.
Yeah.
Because I had a really bad feeling that you guys were just going to pop that door open and not finish
die.
exploring this area, which had some very useful stuff for you guys.
Yeah.
We got what DM hints you were throwing out there.
room's northwest corner. There's a row of cabinets that line
The very hard's like, are you sure you want to open this door?
Right.
You sure you don't want to explore some more?
This is the fog wall in Dark Souls, you guys, just so
Yeah.
you know.
And we're like, maybe we should explore more, right, guys?
It's not like the ship's computer.
It's not this asshole VI.
Yes, there's no VI to greet you on this one. Instead, you see a spreadsheet. It's written in Aslanti.
ADD Mishka just moving around.
There's an inventory of medical supplies and a flowchart that describes how to use the various supplies in case of an emergency.
Oh, perfect. I would call this an emergency. Beep, boop, beep.
Yeah, no, I mean, it doesn't like.
I love the beep boop beep.
Yeah, that beep boop beep is very good.
There is antitoxin. Administer this dosage. That sort of stuff.
Like I wanted to do that with the sound effects and the like I was like, oh, it's like I found a good beep I can use for that. I was originally going to use that for the doors if they were digital. Like it's like, oh, do you like they had maybe like a number keypad, you know, you put just the
Right.
numbers like beep 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 and it locks. But since you said like they were all kind of busted
Right,
and
yeah.
had more mechanical locks, I didn't use it. But I was like, maybe I can use it for this. And then it worked perfectly. So anal Jesus.
That's right, all the anal Jesus.
He knows.
That's what I like. That's the flavor you crave.
And finally, you find 6 spell ampules of lesser remove condition.
Okay, bam.
Can we use the med bay to heal the Uko?
Did we ever find out if we could actually use those yet?
Yeah, we did.
Yeah.
We figured out spell amps are it's the spell gems that are scrolls, and the spell
Yeah,
amps.
spell gems are scrolls, and amps are essentially like
potions.
I was like, all right,
Okay.
this opens the door.
And it slides open to reveal a small but functional kitchen that appears to be in fairly good repair.
So technically, I should have made you guys roll to heal because this med bay acts as an advanced med kit, basically. But once again, I was like, no. I'm just gonna heal.
Nah, they need some HP.
Just go ahead and open this. I'm gonna listen. I'm sure it's probably.
Got a whole 4 HP.
Yeah, I was like, they're not gonna get too much out of this anyways. So
Open.
It slides open to reveal another long corridor leading to the.
Yeah, I didn't realize how
Guys, there's another hall.
difficult it would be to do medicine checks
Way in. Sneak around.
when I first made Mishka. Otherwise, I would have pumped a few more points into medicine.
I'm sure they have the
bought an advanced med kit as your starting
Yeah.
stuff. Actually, I don't think you can technically, but
Oh, right.
Less from
I think it might be like level 3 or something.
If we can find out where this hallway goes, maybe we can trick them. Maybe, I could make noise on one side and y'all come in on another or something.
So
a pretty good plan.
at the end of this, Uko rolls the incendiary grenade to Mishka to use during the fight, and then you never use it.
I know.
Classic Tony.
I mean,
Well,
spoilers,
they were-
but you never use it.
Do the thing.
Well, yeah.
Back.
Okay, got it. Nevessa,
Spoilers, I
do you wanna
guess.
go with him, or do you want to come with me?
Oh dear.
But that's fine. That means we still have it somewhere.
It's true.
He's attempting to sneak
It should be in your inventory still, or I guess
Perhaps I
maybe
should
you
cover
throw it on the ship at some point.
I rolled a 13 on stealth.
Yeah, but I think we also stopped the session at the end of this episode,
Yeah,
right?
yeah. hmm
Pick it up.
So I think I probably just forgot.
Ready?
Yeah.
Real quick, the healing serum. Maybe I should use it now. What's it do?
Asking for a friend.
Yeah. Man, the healing rolls on this, they're so disappointing too. This is like, oh man. Like, I was hoping to roll bigger numbers than that. I was rolling a D8.
Half my time, Uko's just gonna like stomp on the ground and like start rustling against the door pretty much. Like, I'm coming in now.
Okay, so yeah, Uko, you purposefully make a ruckus on the other side of this door, sort of motioning for Nevessa to take a step back.
I like the Nevessa just taking a step
Yeah,
back
it's like,
without
okay.
even saying anything.
Time
Like
to
he's
get out
making
of
noise.
like-
I'm gonna back
Like,
up.
oh, he's making a racket. Just let me 1 sec.
Let me get out of the line of sight here. Okay.
The door opens silently. As soon as the door opens, you see 3 soldiers all hunkered down behind various points of cover, aiming rifles in your direction, and they all begin opening fire.
Yeah. It's a good cliffhanger right there.
But what happens?
And then they all died.
Yep. And then we get to start episode 12, and you're all just going to be lying on the ground dead.
Looking forward to introducing everybody to our new characters.
Yeah, it's going to be exciting.
Join our growing community by joining
Your new characters that just come running down the hallway somehow found this ship. But yeah, it should be fun.
It's our next group is all goblins.
Yep. Space goblins here to
Yes.
raid the to raid the Royal Venture, and then we take a hard
all I wanted.
detour, and we totally stop playing against the Aeon throne altogether, and it's just the adventures of your goblins.
We come and retake over Madelon's land.
Yeah, exactly. And Madelon's like, where's Mishka and everybody?
They did.
All right, well, that's gonna do it for this commentary. Hope everybody enjoyed the episode. We
I
love
did.
making it, and we are really excited for episode 12 to come out, because that is the big boss fight. That episode is called Showdown, and it's coming out on December 23rd, 2020. So,
Merry Christmas.
Merry Crimbus, Happy Holidays. And
Holidays.
we love everybody. We'll see you all in the next commentary. Thanks. Bye.
Bye.
No, hang on a sec, because I need to make sure it's not immune to stuff.
We've only made it stronger.
Okay. Nope, that's cool. You're good.
It's a robot. It's vulnerable to electricity, right?
It is not weak to electricity, unfortunately, but it is not immune to it or resistant to it either. So
Perfect.
This ain't Final Fantasy.
So the first one's an 8 with flank, but then a natural 20 on my second
Yes,
attack.
the first
for
one.
a total of the second. Wait, what?
Sorry, no, I was just go ahead.
Oh god,
we messed it up. No, it's fine.
Trigger deck.
You sure? Are you okay? He's just in the background behind this robot. Drink attack. Ooh,
It is a. Oh man, where did I write it down?
a thing. Definitely a thing.
Oh, it is certainly a thing.
Woohoo!
Plus 17 Vorpal Trident.
Ugo just throws his pike away.
Fuck that.
Just fucking chucks it down the hall.
The name of it is very obvious, and I'm sad I can't remember it because it's very on the nose. Let's see.
The stick of pointy.
No.
The Snoot Bopper.
The Trident of Dupping.
It is up to you. Whatever you want to try, we'll back you up for sure.
I mean, if you really want.
Let me put on the new battle musics.
Ooh. You know, if I was playing some sort of game where the soundtrack changed depending on what kind of weapons you were carrying,
That's this.
that would be an awesome, like, flavor mechanic thing.
Hell yeah.
I would play that game. That's what I'm saying.
And judging by the state of decay and rot, State of Decay 2 Juggernaut Edition,
Sponsor us.
Yeah, sure. I'll throw it in my bag.
So just add like valuable Aslanti stuff from the Royal Venture or something here, just so we know what it is. Because
I'll put Royal Venture loot.
Those are always my favorite entries from character sheets. It's just vague DM hand wavy. There will be something here for you later.
The book was just like, it's a bunch of valuable stuff, and I was like, cool, that's helpful.
Thanks.
So yeah.
Part of me feels bad for just constantly like, all right, next fight. But at the same time, that's kind of what's happening anyway, no matter what. So, whatever. Just wish I was thicker. What is the problem? Why am I not thick enough?
We're only level 2.
That is the problem.
Yeah.
But not for long. Tea.
Oh, let me crack this energy drink open.
Grip it and rip it, baby.
Ain't no laws with white claws. Woo! Smash.
It's like when like kids are on like the trampolines and stuff, and like one jumps really hard and like launches another one up into the air. I feel like Mishka wasn't prepared on how bouncy the bed was, and like just threw herself off.
Oh boy. Uko is just going
Swinging his trident around.
And that heavy metal dirge just emits out of it, and these guys look at it in awe and confusion.
He just keeps it spinning to hear the music.
You see one of their heads starts banging a little bit.
What's happening? I can't stop the rock.
And then I'm going to use my action to inspire you for 7 SP.
Thanks, buddy. I won't die immediately now, hopefully.
Keep on keeping on.
That's how Uko's rolling right now, honestly.
He's just like, hell yeah, let's rock.
Killing everything, wasting my life.
And inside you find a dilapidated medical bag. Dilapidated medical bag.
Last one, Nevessa, you want it?
Oh no, you seem to be having more fun with this than me.
It's like Christmas, the real bad Christmas.
Yeah,
he's just opening up a bunch of Kinder eggs.
Those are like white elephant or some shit.
A bunch of crap gifts, but then one good one.
Someone went over the spending budget.
But whatever's in this one feels hefty.
Oh, this is a heavy one. There might be a body.
No, they're not that big.
I'm pretty sure it's a body.
They're like maybe 2 feet wide and a foot tall.
Maybe a small body. Maybe that's where the kid's at.
Yeah, there might be a Skittermander body in there.
Oh,
so mummified Skittermander.
Whoa, hey, these aren't actually that bad. I'll keep them.
So now he has a 5-pack of space beer. Adding that to the equipment.
Space stuff.
I hope it was worth it.
That wasn't actually in the thing, but I was like, if they're going to spend all this time opening all of these things, I should reward them with something.
What about checking under the beds? Is there anything here?
So they're bunk beds. They're two-layer beds.
Oh.
And mostly it's just dust bunnies, which jump out and attack you.
I hate this planet.
This place sucks.
Uko.
What?
I think I found a medical bay that we can use to get you into fighting shape.
Oh boy, I'm on my
way. Ooh, anal Jesus?
What?
Ooh. I found 4 anal Jesuses.
Analgesics. Analgesic and analgesics. Should probably look up how to pronounce that word.
I was just doing the same. Analgesic.
Analgesic.
Analgesic is funnier though.
That's true. He has a point. And the analgesics as well.
Okay. So you got a bunch of analgesis and serums of healing on you.
Yes.
Okay.
They're all over me.
So much is going to be edited out of this episode.
No. We'll see.
Nevessa, do you want to go with him? Or do you want to come with me?
Oh dear.
Oh, I don't like to pick favorites.
Mishka gives Nevessa a thumbs up too.
Nevessa, you got a thumbs up.
I didn't see it. No, I'm kidding.